Hello everybody, Todd here, all things archery and shooting, and welcome to my channel. Today I've got a bow review for you on a Omega Longbow. This is a custom hand-built longbow by Kegan Mccabe out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. I've been looking for a custom-built longbow for a few months now, and I've been checking all the different bowers out there, and I finally settled on this bow from Kegan. This particular bow, it's called the Royal Huntsman. It's a 60-inch bow, 50 pounds at 29.5 inches at my draw length, and it's a great looking bow. It uses a very unique bow too. This bow actually has a hickory laminate in it, which I'm not used to seeing a hickory laminate in a bow. I'm always used to either bamboo or maple laminates, maple core laminates or bamboo core laminates. This one has a hickory core laminate. Let me give you a quick synopsis of how I found this bow. I was watching a couple YouTube channels again. I said I've been looking for a custom longbow to take on a black bear hunt I got coming up here in Saskatchewan in May. And I've watched a different YouTube channel like everyone else does, and I come across this one guy who was reviewing one of Kegan's bows here from Omega Longbows. And it looked like a pretty good bow, but really got me when he told me the price of the bow. This bow is only $695 for a hand-built bow, which to me that seems kind of crazy, because I've been checking with other custom bowers, and custom hand-built longbows run between, cheapest I saw was like $850 up to $1,400, which is a lot of money. And I really don't want to spend that kind of money on a custom bow. I wanted a custom bow built to my specifications the way I want it, but I'm also, you know me, I like to squeeze every nickel I can, you know what I mean? So after talking to Kegan, I told him exactly what I wanted. I said I want a bow that's at least 50 pounds at my draw length of 29.5 inches. I want a 60-inch AMO bow. I want a bow that's fast flight compatible, and I want a Reflex-Deflex design hybrid bow. And after speaking to him on the phone, he says, Todd, I got just a bow for you. We probably talked for 20 or 30 minutes on the phone the first time, and then maybe an hour the second time. And he's like, I got just a bow for you. He said, I've got a new bow coming out. It's called the Royal Huntsman. It's my top-of-the-line bow. And he said, I will make it just like you want it. It'll be a 50-pound bow. It'll be 60 inches. It'll be a 29.5-inch draw length. And I said, okay, the only thing I want on the bow is I want it to match my environment. I don't want a real fancy, shiny bow or pretty bow. I want a bow that'll blend in well with the environment we'll be hunting in. He says, don't worry, I got you covered. So I said, and he asked me what kind of color I want. I said, I'm really concerned about color. I just want it to blend into where I'm hunting at. I'll leave the colors up to you, but I do want it to be, 50 pounds at 29.5 inches, 60-inch bow. So he said, okay, I got just a bow for you. So a month later, look what happens. This bow shows up at my front door, all right? And by the way, Kegan kept in touch with me through the whole process of building this bow, let me know where every stage his bow was being built, which I thought was above and beyond, which I thought was really good. So what he sent me was the Omega Royal Huntsman. It's a 60-inch bow, just like I asked for, 50 pounds like I asked for. My draw length, 29.5 inches. It uses brown glass on the belly and the back of the bow. Reminds me of the old school bear archery bows. Okay. It has a unique bow because this uses two laminate cores of hickory. I talked about it briefly earlier, but I've had a hickory bow before, a self bow, but never one that's been built like this before. So that's really interesting. So it's two hickory core laminates. It's got a tapered limb design as well, so the limb design tapers to a point. All right. It's got a very large sight window on it. It's like a 5-inch sight window. It has a radius shelf as well. It has a medium grip, all right, and 60-inch overall length. The bow was shipped to me in a unique way. I've never seen a bow shipped like this, and it's actually genius when you think about it. But Kegan actually sent me this bow in a corrugated drain pipe. That's right. This is a corrugated drain pipe, as you could say, which I think that's just pure genius. It's sturdy. It doesn't crush. It can conform to the bow, and it's probably about the cheapest thing you can find. It's probably cheaper than boxes cost. Corrugated pipe. Unbelievable, huh? So, if he puts that much thought into the packaging and shipping of the bow, you can only imagine what kind of thought process he puts into building his bows. And let me tell you, from what I've seen so far, I've not shot the bow yet, getting the bow out of the box and looking it over, I cannot see any glue lines on it, any sanding marks on it, no imperfections whatsoever. This bow is perfect as it can be. It's a really, I love the colors in it, the grays and the browns and the light color blacks in there. It's really going to blend really well with the spring foliage out there. On the bottom limb, he's got it custom built for Todd Reeves 2022. It says on there Omega Huntsman 60-inch AMO, 7 to 8-inch brace height. He puts the brace height in the bottom of the bow, which not many bowers do that. So you know what your brace height's going to be. It's 50 pounds at 29.5 inches, and it's a 30-inch maximum draw with the serial number. So I mean, that's really good. So I mean, the bow. I mean, I love the Spectre wood design to all the different colors of laminates in it. It's really nice. Now the bow did come with a string, which is a D97 endless loop string. I'm not big on endless loop strings. I really don't like them too much, and they always come with really small serving on them. So I made my own string. What I made was basically is a Flemish twist fast flight string on it. I put a 9-inch serving with 024 halo serving on it, and I built the string myself. So this is what I'm going to use on the bow. Okay. Bow also comes with a little envelope right here, and it's got the paperwork in it, which is basically 2 pages of typing paper, nothing fancy. Like I say, he doesn't try to go all out on that, but he gives you a complete setup on the bow, how to set it in layman's terms, okay? How to tune the bow properly, how to take care of the bow, all right? He even shows you how to set your arrows up correctly on there. Like if you're shooting too heavy of an arrow, which, if it shoots to the right, means it's a weak spine. Shoots to the left, etc., means it's a stiffer spine, etc. And he goes into care and maintenance. He also says be sure to use a bowstring with it, which is what I do. And here's the kicker of the whole bow, which really sold me on this bow. This bow, as I spoke to a lot of bowers, this is the only bow I've come across that has a limited lifetime warranty to the original owner. That means this bow is a lifetime warranty against any kind of breakage, delamination, anything like that. So, I mean, the bow is, you either replace it for monetary value or your bow's doing something goes wrong with it. You can't find that anywhere. He does state that most the arrows must be at least 8 grains per pound of draw weight at your draw length at all times. Okay, which I shoot around 12 grains myself when I hunt. All right, but I mean, for a lifetime warranty on a bow that costs $695, you really can't go wrong on that. All right. I pulled this off his website too. This little page here. It says, I'll read it real quick to you. It says, taking the action and stability of the Imperial. The Imperial used to be his top of the line bow before this model came out. The Imperial was his top of the line. It was a great bow, and he improved on the Imperial design with the Royal Huntsman. Okay, so taking the accuracy and stability of the Imperial and blending it with a less sensitive and more efficient hybrid limb design, which is what we have here. And the new Royal Huntsman delivers a superb all-around longbow. The Royal Huntsman is World Archery and IBO legal for competition, and the hybrid limbs offer better efficiency for the bow hunter looking to get more performance. Now, first and foremost, this is a bow hunter's bow designed for bow hunting, but it is legal in both World Archery and IBO leagues, so you can shoot 3D tournaments with this bow. So it's fully legal for that. All right. There's a lot less recoil, much more arrow speed. We're going to test that in part 2 of this video. And has optimum limb and riser layout, and has the best balance of speed, smoothness, and accuracy, with its tough fiberglass and hickory laminated cores. All right, with the large Spectre ply laminate riser. Spectre ply for this riser is called. It's basically a bunch of different woods glued together and laminated together, and then cut into an arrow. All this bow is all handmade too. Like I said, it's nothing on a machine. This bow is all handmade, hand sanded, everything else. All right, a lot of work goes into this bow. It took him a month to build this bow, by the way. So, I mean. It features laminated standard, has the most mass of all of our models, which is it's a heavier bow of all the models, which should eliminate a lot of that hand shock to it. Okay, and it's also, the grip can be built in a wide range of wrist heights. I got a standard wrist, medium wrist, because I prefer a medium wrist look, but you can get in a high or low, wherever you prefer, or straight if you want a straight. It's up to you. Just tell me what you want. Okay. Standard bow comes with a medium wrist locator. It's cut to center. It is cut to center as a cut to center riser, so it should be tuning easily. Radius arrow shelf. The Royal Huntsman is a perfect all-around hybrid longbow and brings the best characteristics of both the longbow and the recurve at a very affordable price, which, you know, to say for $695, that isn't an affordable price for a custom-built longbow. I mean, you can't even get a factory bow for that. You have the Bear All Sable, which is another great bow I like. That bow is $695. Okay, so you can see how the bows are. It's the price of a mass-produced bow, but a custom built to your specifications. Draw weights, these bows, you get these bows up to 65 pounds of draw weight, and you get length of the bow from a 60 to 70 inch length, your choice, at any draw length you want, 28, 27, 29, whatever, and he'll build the bow to your preferred weight at your draw length, which is very important. Okay, so What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the bow strung up. I want to test it, the weight on the bow. We'll test it first with my handheld scale. All right. And then we'll test it with the, on the tiller machine in the back. And we'll test it at 28 inches. And then we'll test it at 29.5 inches, see what we come up with. Okay. First thing to do, I want to get you a close-up view to see how pretty this bow is. It's a really gorgeous bow. It's a matte finish bow, so it's not shiny. So I'm going to get you a nice close-up view, and then we'll get the bow strung up. We'll get the weight measured. Okay. Let's get a tight close-up view of this. Okay, we'll start right here at the riser. Okay, you can see it's a radius shelf, as I said. All right, it has a cute little Velcro arrow rest to it. I'll probably swap that out. I don't really care. I like a big hair rest on mine, so I'll probably swap that out. I'll shoot with that first year I choose, but I'm probably going to swap that out. You can see the Spectra plywood, the different laminates in there. So how pretty it is. And it's got that one long core right there of hickory, right going down right the middle of it. Okay. So it's got a medium grip, and it's got a flat on the back side of both flat, which is what I like. Okay. It's got a very large sight window. As you see, that sight window is quite large. That is probably 5 inches or better, and it just cut the center, as you can see. We'll come down to the back side of the bow. This is the back of the bow. As you can see, it's a brown fiberglass. It reminds me kind of like the old Bear longbows back in the day, the old Bear Polars, the Bear Alaskans, that kind of thing. All right. Here's something that's unique about it, which I'm not sure about this or not. This is a little, the limb tips are very small on this. See how small that is? You got very little space there. I'm not sure how. I notice when I string this bow that you got to be really cognizant when you string this bow so you don't slip off that. Most of your longbows have a much longer knock in, but it's, I mean, Kegan's built a lot of these bows, so I'm sure he's got all that worked out by now. I'll come back down here on this, and you can see it's full. It's a full length glass all the way down it. There is no cap on the bow. I kind of wish it had a cap on it. I probably should ask him to put a cap on it, but it doesn't have a cap on it. Okay, comes down here. All right, all the way down. Here's the top limb tip up here, coming up. As you can see, it's a very tapered limb. Look how tapered that limb is. It's very tapered, okay, to a point. That should give it a little more speed as well. Here's the back of the bow. As you can see, that's my what he wrote on there for me. As you can read that up. And again, it's a tapered limb design. It's a semi Reflex-Deflex design bow. As you can see here, it starts here, got a little turn to it, comes back, Reflex-Deflex design all the way up. Okay. All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and get this bow strung up now. You should always, always use a bow stringer on this. Even Kegan says in his little manual, use a bow stringer, and all your bows should be use a bow stringer on them. Okay. So first thing we do is get this bow strung up. All right. Like I said, I built my string. I've got a big loop and a small loop. Big loop, of course, goes over the top of the limb like this, and of course, the small loop goes down at the bottom. All right. Lock them into the little grooves there. Let's get this thing strung up now. Okay. Like I said, you be real careful when you string these bows with a bow stringer, because if you're not, that knock in there will pop off on you. Okay, like I said, when you string this bow up, you should use a bow stringer. You gotta be real careful that when this doesn't slip off that knock in. I gotta be real cognizant when I string this so it doesn't do that. Okay, let's go and get this thing checked now. Well, first we're gonna use my handheld scale. That's the standard handheld scale. We'll do a pull to my draw length, and we'll see how it shoots, and I'll take it out to my back of my shop there. We'll check it on my tiller machine. We'll check it at 28 inches on my digital scale, and then we'll check it at 29.5 inches as well, and see what my weight comes out to, okay? All right, first we're gonna check it with this handheld, okay? Okay. All right, it comes in right at 49 pounds. Kegan did say that this bow in my draw length, 29.5 inches, was a little bit light than what I wanted. It was 49 pounds. He did send me an email about it. I told him that one little pound is not going to make a difference. So it's actually, so he went ahead and sent it for me. So it does come in at 49 pounds like he said it would. I'm going to take it in the back now and check it on my tiller machine right back. Okay, Take it back to my tiller machine. At first I checked at 28 inches, and the bow at 20 inches comes in at 47.09 pounds, okay? Just over 47 pounds. And at 29.5 inches is registering 49.64 pounds. So it's just about a quarter pound light from the actual 50-pound weight, which I'm good with that, okay? I want you guys to be sure to look for, we're going to be heading out to the range here in a few minutes and checking this thing on the range. At the range, we're going to check it for speed, we're going to check it for shootability, how quiet the bow shoots, check it for hand shock, string follow, all different things you're going to be shooting the range with it, so be sure to look for that. I'll be shooting 2 types of arrows to this bow for the speed test. One will be 8 grains per pound of draw weight, so which is the minimum recommended for this bow according to Kegan. So that'll be around a 400 grain arrow we'll shoot out of this bow, and we'll get some readings on it. And then we'll shoot my heavyweight arrow, which I shoot around 12 to 13 grains per pound of draw weight for an arrow. So we're going to shoot that arrow too and check the velocity. That's my normal hunting weight arrow, and that's going to be around a 630, 640 grain arrow, somewhere around there. I'll let you guys know when we get out there. I've got to build a couple arrows for this. And then we'll see how it shoots. And then we'll check it for accuracy. We'll check it for bow shock, silence, and everything else. And then we'll come back in after the range time, and we'll put it compared to my 6 criteria. If you watch if you've seen my bow reviews, you know I rate all my bows on 6 criteria. Okay, so we're going to put that bow against them, and I think right now I'm probably at about 44 bow reviews as of today, not counting this one. So this will be my 45th bow review. So I got quite a few on my page here. So we'll see how the bow compares to the other 44 bows that I've tested in the past. But again, this is the first custom hand-built bow that I've tested. The rest have all been factory bows. So we'll see how this bow compares. All right, I want you guys, if you haven't already, please click the subscription button for me. And right next to the subscription, you'll see a little bell there. If you click that bell icon, I can notify me upcoming videos. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Please leave me a comment. I'll read my comments. And I'll go and I'll leave information about this bow in the bottom of my description here. We get in touch with Kegan at Omega Longbow if you're interested in getting some more information about this bow. But I want you to stay tuned. Part 2 is coming up. I'm going to get to the range. We're going to get it checked out. So be sure you stay tuned for that. And I look forward to seeing you guys out on the range, okay? All right, well, this has been Todd with All Things Archery and Shooting. And until then, ciao.